If you have a need for a location map, you might find this particular website useful. It's called CAD Mapper, and if we scroll down a little, you can see you have maps of cities all over the world. If I scroll well down, I am familiar with Canberra, so I can click there, and then click here. I can download a zip file. That'll go into my downloads folder, and I'll uncover it with either 7-zip or WinZip. So I'll swing now to gCADPlus and show you how to bring in that DXF file into our environment. There are a number of different options. The easiest option, I think, is to go to gCADPlus, start a brand new drawing, just use the default, then come down to File, DXF Tools, so we can bring a DXF file in. I go to my desktop, pick up the Canberra DXF, and we land in a layout space, come back to the model, zoom extents, and there we are. We have the drawing of a major city in Australia. We click here, we have a series of layers of roads and so on. We go here, you can see considerable separation of entities in the drawing has been done. So you can pretty easily take any part of that, zoom in on your site and use that as a location plan. To do that, go to Layout and add a viewport. Set a floating viewport up, click inside the viewport, and then create a viewing window, right click and display it, and then re-pick the floating viewport and deactivate it. So we have a new layout with roads and allotments marked quite nicely. Another option is to go File and New, do the same thing, but this time go to File and Insert a Block, retain it as a block, add from another file, and be careful here, but we're going to insert it into model space, insert into the drawing at a uniform scale, right click, zoom extents, and there we have the same information. Here we can say Format, Layout, New. This time we've got perhaps more control over the side of the size of the paper, and Landscape, and OK that. Now when we go into that layout, there is the largest size paper. So I hope that helps. It's a good website, potentially very useful. You can, as I'm doing here, edit the block. What I'm interested in is, that's obviously a lake. Is that a closed polyline? Yes, it is. So we could set the colour blue, and then we could fill it. And probably give it a border, make a border colour 251, close the block editor and go into Layout, and there. And that works nicely. I'm surprised by the width of that polyline. Edit the block. The block is a star, and I'd want to make it a little smaller, a little finer. So let me say the line weight of it, make it 0, and then close the block editor, go back into layout, and that's much better. So be a bit careful about the settings of entities in these drawings, but a very useful resource.